Anaheim has had a Halloween parade since 1924. Can you believe that? And a lot of people don't even know that. And we are on our 91st year with the Halloween parade running through downtown Anaheim. We're always the Saturday before Halloween, so it doesn't mess up anybody's Halloween plans. But it is really, really fun. Last year we had, I think, 65,000 people show up, and we're expecting a lot more this year. The Halloween parade was started in 1924 by the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce back then, because back in those days, Halloween wasn't the big trick-or-treat holiday that we all know it as today. It was kind of more of the trick holiday where kids, upended fences and soaked windows and all that stuff that people don't do today. But back then, it was a big problem. And so all these kids had all this energy, and the city council and some of the neighborhood shops decided, let's try to turn that energy towards something more productive and fun. So they started the Anaheim Halloween Festival, which has costume contests and a lot of different Halloween type things. But the parade was really the big star attraction, and it's been running, like I said, for 91 years.
At one time, the parade was one of the premier events in the city, annual events. It was televised for a while. It was really a big deal, and everybody got involved. And I think what draws me to it, and what draws a lot of the community members to it, is that it is a true community effort. Everything is volunteer. No one's paid to do anything. Everybody comes and does whatever it is they can do. Some people are talented artists. Some people are talented craftsmen. Some people are grunt labor. And you just do what needs to get done, and you enjoy it because you're working with friends and neighbors, and you make new friends and meet new neighbors during the time that we do this.
So one of the greatest things we have going on for us is that we have folks of all skill levels coming in, and we actually 2 years ago asked one of the local artists to work within the Anaheim community, but he's sort of world famous. He's a fine artist. His name is Chris Maya, and he built us 2 figures that go into our Dia de los Muertos section. And right here we have Katrina's head. She's disembodied right now. Her body is up on a rafter, but she's absolutely beautiful. She's an example of one of the things that a fine artist might create for our parade. And it goes right along with one of our favorite stories for a volunteer who walked into this parade space 3 years ago. He came in from LA County because he had seen our posting on Facebook, and he decided he wanted to learn how to make a parade. And actually, he's one of our best success stories. So his name's Stephen Medina, and he built this beautiful altar for us. It also goes in the Dia de los Muertos section. And his original altar was dedicated to his grandma. But Stephen worked with us for about 3 months. 3 days before the parade, he decided, can I please put something in the parade? And we had no idea what it was, but we said sure. And he built this amazing altar for us, which is really culturally significant for him and his family and for our entire community.
Our version of Halloween is not the kind of the Not Scary Farm sort of style, which is a little more hard for the teenagers and a little more bloody. Ours is really the old-fashioned Halloween we remember from when we were grade school kids. It's all pumpkins and ghosts and cats and witches and graveyards and all that stuff. And so it's got a very vintage look to it.
Everybody living in Anaheim, a little close to Disneyland, you're a little drawn in by the idea of coming in and pitching in and being a part of a parade. Doing a little bit of showmanship, but I think also a lot of people here have old homes. I do, and that brings out a certain amount of craftsmanship in you. You like to work on things and build things and have tools around. So working on a parade sounds like something we all can do.
Friends of ours introduced us to the Historical Society and asked my brother Bill, who's a very creative individual himself, to help them recreate a 1953 design that was called the Sasser. It was built by a bunch of neighborhood kids. We have it here today, and we walked it in the last 4 parades. And so it just kind of started us working with this little neighborhood volunteer group. We're all volunteers, and we love to come in and spend time together. It's kind of the best thing about the parade. The parade happens 1 day a year, but volunteering can happen 365 days a year.
This is the Rocket Witch, as we call it, the Rocket Witch. It's actually a replica or a reinvention of a float that was in the parade in 1951. And we looked at old photographs, and we've seen several different things that we've kind of reproduced for the current parades. And this one just kind of jumped out at everybody. It's such a great visual, and a couple of people, 2 or 3 people really did the main work on it, and then everybody else kind of pitched in with decorations and finishing touches. And we have a local lady, Amber Fox, who sits on it, is the witch on the rocket, and she's going to be back doing it this year. And when it goes down the road, we have smoke and lights that come out the back of the tail of the rocket.
Some of the neat things we have in the parade are these like chariots. You'll see the moon over here. That is based on an old candy container from the 1920s that kids used to be able to get Halloween candy in. And so we just blew them up big and made them things that kids can ride in. Over here are the grumpy trees. So far we have 3 of them, but I think we might add another one pretty soon. They're just the grumpy Halloween trees. And what's neat is they all light up, their eyes light up, and they have these canopies. Their leaves that go on top are actually big bunches of colorful paper lanterns that are all lit up. We have to raise money throughout the year in order to buy paints, cardboard, materials, tools, and all that type of stuff. So we have spaghetti dinners, we have movie nights, we have all kinds of things throughout the year here in town just to raise money so we can buy all the stuff. So those are some of the things you can expect to see in the Halloween parade. And if you'd like to volunteer, you can check our Facebook page, Anaheim Halloween Parade, and we definitely have all the up-to-date news there for you. So if we don't see you before then, we'll see you out there on the parade route. Thanks.